Hello and welcome to the month in review for March 2020. I am Jonathan Moore, the lead game designer, and today I am joined here by Ian and should I call you Gil or?
Yeah, Gil works.
All right, Ian and Gil. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Don't make that noise. It's not an introduction.
Oh,
Hi,
yes, I am pterodactyl.
yes, I am pterodactyl. uh, I have wings and a tail.
Well,
Wait,
apparently Ian is a pterodactyl now, so that's fantastic. How about you, Gil?
Quarantine has done a number on him. I'm all right.
Have you turned into a pterodactyl as well, or are you still a normal
No,
human
just
being?
turned into a shut-in.
Oh, okay then. That's the same with all of us, I think.
It's not much different than normal, though. If I'm being
It's
completely
true.
honest.
You begin to realize that whenever a pandemic hits and then you've changed almost 0% of your lifestyle, something is wrong.
Or you were doing something right all along.
You were superior to
It's all
everyone
perspective.
else.
the coronavirus can't get me if I've been in the house for a year.
You know? True. Very true.
Anyway,
All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about what we have actually been doing with Evil Pig in general. I know that recently Megan, our lead designer, or lead artist, anyways, she has decided to stop because of stress, which is understandable. She's been the only artist for a long time. Um, so now it is down to just a few people. I know that because of the coronavirus, we've had to stop employing Natalie, our lead programmer. So
uh-oh.
there's that as well. She's still helping out where she can, just a little bit every so often. But due to this, we are going to be having to focus on a new project that's much, much, much smaller that me and Ian have been talking about. Ian, if you wanted to go ahead and mention a little bit of that.
Oh God, you're giving me the ability to talk. I don't know
Yeah.
how smart this is. Yeah. So like, we're just calling it like Hellion. Like that's just like a working title. Uh,
Yeah.
Based on character art that Jonathan's done of an eyeball looking thing
It's an
Uh,
eyeball
Is
with
this the ball
spikes.
game I've been seeing?
with spikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's the ball game that you've been
I was
seeing.
wondering why I randomly saw a picture of eyeballs in the chat, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing my work.
Usually that's best, and when you start seeing random stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
uh, yeah, it's gonna be like this endless runner, where I think it's.
It's an endless
I
faller,
think-
I would say.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like an endless runner where you're falling, but I was like, wait. It's kind of like. What was it? Loco Roco was the game.
Loco
that, like,
Roco,
Oh, that PlayStation
Tom-
Vita game?
yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
Downwell.
god, I
Down
remember
well.
playing that at Best Buy.
I never played it.
Loco
I only
Roco.
ever played it on the display stands at Best Buy.
It
I also
was
never
a
had a
fun
Vita.
game.
Oddly enough, I never had a Vita.
They're
But
worth
yeah,
it.
like it's just a simple little fall down this hole endlessly. Using like you can use your finger to control the character, or you can use your phone, right? Like to
The
change
orientation.
orientation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
like
you don't
let's say you
really
have your
control the character per se how it moves, but you control the world and how it's oriented towards your
Yeah.
character.
yeah. I mean, like if I was to give like a sentence pitch, I'd be like Loco Roco meets Downwell. I guess if Downwell is considered a endless runner, I don't know Downwell.
Downwell is pretty much considered an endless runner. It's also considered a roguelike. So, but I don't
Oh,
think that we're going to
okay.
really have any roguelike elements in this game.
I think you're gonna have some just naturally, like generating obstacles randomly.
Well, yeah, I guess there's that, yeah. Because it's going to be random generation for the tunnels as well as the enemies.
Yeah, so like naturally you're gonna have roguelike is such an easy genre to like tap into, just unnet like without.
It's so broad.
Yeah,
It's
like,
literally just random number generators.
Yeah, which you're definitely gonna have in a endless runner because you're not gonna
If
have
not,
the
it's gonna get
same.
boring.
Yeah, like you
True.
might have the same start, like the first few like instances, but after that, like, um, it's gonna get random really quickly,
Yeah, fair.
and so
Um,
roguelike enters, like Tom in that meme.
I do know that with the game, I was kind of thinking about. So we're gonna have a point element to the game, right? Like a
Oh yeah, naturally.
yeah.
Uh, like
Um.
I think the best way to do it would be like the longer you last, if you will, like you gain like points based on like how long your time is,
Mhm.
type of thing. Like it increases incrementally, like per frame plus 5 points or whatever. I don't know, like just
And
as an example off the top of my head.
using that, you could have a daily thing where, hey, you got this far, you got so far. This is your daily best, and then you give a weekly best to see that you've been progressed over time and gotten better at the game.
You could definitely do
Yeah.
high scores, like so like in college, I one of the projects I had was to make an endless runner, and that was like definitely like part of it, like have like the top best three best scores of the game. I don't know about how to do weekly versus daily, like that.
We just
Oh,
have to
that would,
use the clock,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Well, would this be something that is on the smartphone,
Yes, it
like
would
yes.
be on the
iOS,
Oh
smart.
or
yeah, it
would?
would be a
So
mobile game,
yes,
like uh
gotcha. I just wanted to, because smartphones, since they already have the integrated clock, like a lot of the games I play on Google Play, obviously I'm the art and biological sciences boy. I don't know how to program. Ones and
yeah.
zeros scare me, but I do know that they can at least track daily things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how crazy that gets because we're wanting this to be simple.
Oh yeah,
It's how crazy and
We'll look into
how
it, but we'll see what happens.
yeah,
More than likely, though, it's probably just gonna be
best score.
yeah.
Best score would be simplest.
Um, I do know that I was thinking about adding in. So of course, there's how far you've fallen and everything being your score, the time that
Mhm.
you've made it. I was also thinking about the number of enemies that you've destroyed, and also I was thinking about adding in gates to supply extra points. Like if you pass through this small
oh, like
gate.
an optional area that's
Yeah,
hard to get to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so like if you fall in like 5 meters, right? Or am I thinking of something else? Like, are you talking about
No,
like
yeah.
you have to fall into the gate, or are you talking
You would
about
have to
like how
fall
far?
into the gate.
Oh, okay. So that would yeah, that would just be like part of the random generation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
like when you have
Because,
downhill skiing and you have to go through the flag set.
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could have that. Like so like the tutorial I did in college, like or followed, like that was part of the project. It was to teach us like how to use Google and find code. Fun fact.
I mean,
It literally had
that's a good thing to do whenever you're programming is just know how to use Google and then copy paste.
uh yeah, kind of. So like when it was like you create like a cube, right? And that's like your basic platform. And then like on top of the cube, depending on the height, right? You could have like this inactive block, right? And, the block you would have multiple things inactive there, and whenever it's generating that path, it also checks to see like, all right, do I have anything on here? If I do, what do I have? Do I have like a barrier, a +5 orb, or whatever? Do I have this? Like so, like yeah, like just adding more stuff is not going to be a big deal,
Yeah.
and that would probably I would just do it like that. Like I don't know what the gate does, but
More than
uh,
likely, it would just be extra points that you collect.
okay, yeah. Yeah, that would just be yeah. Okay, yeah, it would just be a little thing that you say, hey, turn this thing on, press the button.
And I know
Check
that we
mark.
were also talking about with the game adding in an acceleration mechanic, making it so that
Uh,
the longer you
yeah, for like
fall, the
hard
faster
mode.
you get.
Wasn't that for hard mode or?
We might just add it into the game.
Uh,
Well, you had mentioned earlier about defeating enemies to gain point bonuses.
Mhm.
How would you go about defeating enemies? Do you just roll into them? Because you could have it so they have
Whenever
to reach a certain acceleration.
I wasn't thinking about the acceleration. I know that with the eyeball, if you look at it, there's spikes that kind of protrude out of him. You were supposed to click on the screen, and that makes it so that the spikes protrude out for like half a second.
Ah,
So you're supposed
okay.
to have good timing whenever you're about to hit the enemy.
had to like look to find the eyeball. Okay, yeah, I see the spikes. Okay, all of the memes.
Oh god, the Machoke.
Oh yeah, I've been replaying.
It's a great Machoke image.
That's the original like red and blue sprite.
God, they are horrible.
Like so,
Not horrible, but oh.
I've been replaying all the Pokemon games because they recently released Pokemon Home, and in
Yeah.
Pokemon Home you have like a Pokedex of all the
Mhm.
Pokemon you've ever had like come to their service, right? It doesn't access the games, so there's a lot of Pokemon I don't have like Pokedex entries for. But once you have the Pokedex entry, you have all of the Pokedex entries across the. So like Sun and Moon, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y, Sword and Shield. And so I've just been collecting. But I was randomly playing, grinding up my Doduo I was using on a team. And I ran across this trainer with like a Machoke, and I was just like, oh my god. I forgot how bad like a lot of these sprites are fine, right? Like original coughing, right?
Yeah.
Well, they work really well considering how small they were on the Game Boy.
Yeah, but
True.
like I'm playing on the 3DS, right?
Oh, that's your issue.
Well, I mean, they don't have the screen spread like you used to on the like Boy Advance when you told it to like
Okay.
make it. It's about the resolution of the original Game Boy screen, I think. Because there's a lot of black area where like the screen's not there's no pixels being used.
Yeah.
They
it's-
didn't stretch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't stretch it.
Thank
But like
God.
still it's it's just jarring seeing oh yeah, this guy sends out Machoke and then seeing that this
One of
like
an interesting thing I've learned about it, watching video essays on the creation of Pokemon and all that other thing. A lot of the original sprites for Pokemon were first created as sprites, and then Ken Sugimori created artwork based off of those sprites with watercolor,
yeah
which is why some of them look pretty derp.
yeah actually like a lot of people like I mean he designed a lot of the Pokemon originally like because he was part of Game Freak from the beginning but they got a contract like almost instantly for their game and so like they were like we have to make these and so a lot of his artwork wasn't finalized and finished
And a
but
lot
he
of
had like
them
a
weren't
rough
even
idea
artists.
yeah they were like we gotta
who
go
was it that
and-
made Pikachu? I don't remember her name. But
oh it was
she first I feel horrible not remembering her name, but she created the sprite for it originally, and she made
Yeah.
it really
Oh.
fat because she wanted it to be cute.
yeah it was like a daughter of one of the employees I think I don't
Let's
I don't
figure
wanna
this
swear
out.
by that.
Let's figure this out.
We have the power of Google at our fingertips.
Yeah.
That this is.
I do
this
know
is
that
true.
she came back to design one of the recent Pokemon that was in Sword and Shield. I think maybe more Pico.
Atsuko Nishida?
That sounds
Yes, it was
familiar.
Atsuko. Yeah, it was Atsuko Nishida.
Yeah. She designed Pikachu, and like
She's
the
designed
programmer.
a few others as well.
Yeah. I just know recently she designed one for Sword and Shield because I saw the essay. So like the programmer thought Pikachu was so cute that like he didn't want anyone to find it. He didn't want it to be a common Pokemon, right? Like and
Because
so
he liked it so much, he made it a rarer spawn.
yeah, he made it like a 5% spawn. I think that's what it is in Viridian Forest. And like it backfired because it became it obviously became like the mascot because Clefairy was supposed to be the mascot. right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, they had been going back and forth between it because they were they designed a few that like potentially could become the mascot.
yeah,
I remember
like
Eevee.
And I think-
yeah, Eevee had the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Eevee kind of became like the secondary mascot now.
I
with,
mean,
like Let's Go
the
Pikachu, Let's
original
Go Eevee.
mascot was Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn was like Rhyhorn. That's why
technically, yeah.
that's why the statues are Rhyhorns, because that was the first. That was the first
very
concept
first
Ken
Pokemon.
Sugimori came up with.
Yeah, the very
Which I
first
mean,
Pokemon
it kind
ever
of
made.
makes sense. It's just a monstrous rhino thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rhinos actually in the game. Nidoran's
it's
line,
weird.
the Nidorino, Nidoran,
Yeah.
Rhyhorn, right on.
There's also way more apes and monkeys than I thought there were.
There's a lot of apes and monkeys.
There's a lot more because I always forget that Gen 5 had the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil monkey trio.
Yeah.
The grass, the fire, and the water.
Oh god, those things were awful. Everyone hates
Yeah.
like those are the least popular. Pokemon.
I only like the grass one because it has a massive fedora, and that is 100% the aesthetic. There's
Yeah,
a reason
like-
Frankie is my favorite One Piece character.
Oh my god.
Frankie's great. I don't like new Frankie.
All right.
I
Let's get
dislike
back on
that
track.
I dislike that they change his haircut so much.
Let's get back
Uh,
to
I just
Wow,
don't
we
like
have
his
gone off on a
design.
tangent, haven't
Yes.
we?
All right.
This
Going
is
back
now
to
the
evil.
One Piece podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
It's we're
I'm
going.
your host, Ian. Hi. Thank you for subscribing to my Patreon.
Hi,
One
we had
Piece
another
podcast
break in
picks.
One Piece manga this week.
God. Anyway, what were you saying, Jonathan?
All right. So another thing, if you guys haven't actually seen, people who are watching our podcast right now, Primus Star First Edition is actually being given out for free now. It is pay what you want,
Yes.
but you can pay $0 if you want to. I know that some people have actually decided to donate some money to us, so thank you so much to those people who have decided to support us still, even if the game is free technically now. And we are mainly releasing it for free because of the coronavirus, and also because we are now working on a second edition, kind of, for Primus Star, known as Primus Star Final New Frontiers. That's it. That's the working title for it right now. And we're going to be streaming,
plans.
actually, Primus Star New Frontiers. I don't know what you're about to say, Ian, but it better not be One Piece.
I was gonna say we get to play as Jean-Luc Picard as you explore the.
Don't say it. Don't.
Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna actually be streaming a Let's Play of Primus Star New Frontiers on our Twitch. Don't know when exactly, but I do know that we already have 3 people ready to play with their characters made for the second edition.
If I become a part of that, I'm definitely playing Jean-Luc Picard now.
Please.
No, it's John Picard Luke. We can't have a
Oh
copyright
yeah, I mean
character in
copyright,
the stream.
Yeah, I mean we don't
There
want
we go.
CBS or is it CBS? Yeah, CBS like
We don't want
manhammering
some
us.
we don't want some corporate overlord coming in. I'd actually be very interested in watching this stream because I have not been able to convince my club members to play it yet, mostly because we're all college students.
I mean,
are-
understandable. College is
Yeah,
busy.
free-
Free
our
time
game-
is oh.
So you can social distance yourself at a table of 6 people, 6 feet away from each other.
You have to
Or,
have
you
a
know,
dining
just
hall
play
table.
online.
No, they have to play at a table 6 feet away from each other.
Okay.
That's how this works.
We have to get one of those. We have to get a massive round table like they have in the Pentagon for when world leaders meet.
Yeah.
You have
For-
to roll your
for-
dice and throw them to the DM so you can see
Yeah.
what you rolled.
The DM is just standing at the center of the table, walking
No, we have
around.
referees. We have referees
Stop it.
that are in those hazmat suits, who are completely
The bubble
neutral.
suits.
Yeah, the bubble suits, who are completely neutral, and will hold up a little sign with your roll result for the DM to see.
This is now a 20-person production.
Oh yeah, I mean, go big or go home. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be
absolutely.
filmed in front of a live studio audience.
We're gonna have Matt Mercer there.
Of course.
Let's just start
Mercer.
making promises we can't keep. Vin Diesel will be there.
Oh yeah, doesn't
Reprising
Vin
his role
Diesel
as
play the-
Tree.
Reprising his role as Tree.
Oh
Did you know
my
that Vin
God.
Diesel isn't actually white?
Yes, I
Hot
did know
takes
that, but
here
I
in this
wasn't expecting
podcast.
I wasn't expecting to hear that tonight. I did know that, but okay.
Well, no, like I mean, if you look at him, he looks like he's like a tan white dude, right? Like, I didn't know that until
Yes.
recently. I was watching a Let's Play, and like that just became a topic of discussion, where they were like, they couldn't remember his ethnicity, but like they were like, yeah, no, he's not a white dude.
I also don't remember his ethnicity. I also just know that he's not white.
Yeah.
I do have to
sat
say
there.
that this is probably the most random podcast Evil Pig Productions has ever made.
You're welcome.
The problem is I'm here.
I think the problem is that both of you
I'm
are
here.
here.
Let's be no. Let's be honest. It's that I'm here.
Oh, okay then. Sure.
I am the tangent master.
Well, go and social distance yourself by playing Primastar First Edition online. It is the PDF that is being sold for free, so you might as well get that now. I know that so far we've actually gotten a little over 300 copies out there, so
Oh, nice.
that's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
We've been getting quite a bit of people getting Primastar actually.
My
And hopefully
corporate
that'll
overlord wasn't
generate
telling me
some
the
interest.
numbers.
What's up, Gil?
Hopefully that'll generate some interest in the sequel we're producing, or expansion
Yes.
pack, or however
Hopefully.
you want to refer to it.
I don't. I guess it would be more of a sequel.
I mean,
Is it-
is
is it
D&D
ex-
second edition technically a sequel, or is it just?
No, because
A
that's a whole new
continuation.
system. And the thing is, I don't believe we're not reworking the whole system, though. I thought.
Yeah. So like, I would just consider it a continuation. Like, it's an expansion.
It is actually a rework of the entire system.
Oh,
Oh, it is. Well then,
Yeah.
we don't know the mechanics. I'm a programmer. Hi.
I'm the designer.
I make
Hi.
art.
I'm also a designer, but I don't. Me only deal with computer.
Yeah, no,
me
it's
don't
a,
like paper and pen.
it's a rework of the entire system. It's going to be a more roleplay heavy skill based system.
Oh, that's actually what I prefer whenever I'm playing tabletops.
Mhm.
Skill. That's just another word for luck.
No. So it
That's a
depends
card
on the
game
type
joke.
of game you're playing.
Yeah, it's a card game joke.
I know right now we have, I want to say it's about 147 different skills.
Whoa.
And that is all for gameplay. There's nothing else basically in the game that you roll for. It is all skills.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
This is reminding me of my favorite tabletop of all time, Rifts by Palladium. Their skill book, I believe, I have the Game Master's Guide. Man, if I pull it out, I think the skill list is 25 pages long.
Oh my god. Okay. then-
With like maybe 3 or 4 sentences written for each skill.
So, Primastar New Frontier is not gonna have that many skills.
I hope not.
I know that the primary diplomacy skill is empathy. So,
Huh. Well, that'll be ironic that the politicians
That's-
show that.
Yeah, that's a bold that's a bold statement from you.
well, you can fake empathy.
This is also true. This is very true.
I need my dice. I need to roll for bullshit.
I need to. Well, I mean, you could also bluff. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't it? I mean, is there a bluff skill?
There's a bluff skill. There is empathy, mercantilism, bluff, and intimidation.
Shouldn't diplomacy be based on bluff?
No, you could. I would say no.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
diplomacy can be
diplomacy-
on any of them, really.
Yeah,
mean-
so diplomacy, it depends on what you're trying to be diplomatic about.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
If you're trying to work out a
Empathy-
trade deal, use mercantilism.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. I mean, yeah, you could just have diplomacy like DM's choice. Also, like,
Or player choice.
well, you shouldn't leave it. I have learned you should not leave shit up to chance, because the players will go,
That's a very
"Oh,
fair
what's
point.
my highest stat? Let me look."
You know, the skill challenge, you know what? It's up to you. It's up to you. Can I use my singing skill to climb this cliff? Yeah, you know what? Sure.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think bards do? Like, bards are
The
literally
better
just
question is, what do
musicians.
bards not do?
Very true.
Wield great swords and wear heavy armor.
They can. I've
Debatable.
seen some different bards.
Okay, maybe. I mean, in vanilla 5e.
There we go.
In
Don't
vanilla
bring
5e.
multi-class weirdness into this.
Speaking of that,
actually.
in New Frontiers, it's also going to be we're going to be including what is it? It's like a total of I want to say it's a total of 20 races and 30 classes or something like that.
I am looking forward to seeing how these races will be designed.
It's a lot of
the
stuff
artist.
coming out.
I am very look. No, what I mean is like I'm looking forward to getting the info so I can start drawing them. My biggest thing
okay.
that I've been looking forward to with this new project is designing entire alien biospheres. Because the way things evolve on planets, they evolve in relation to each other. It's a push
Yeah.
and pull.
Yeah. And
I mean, like,
I have
we
been
have-
So, it'll be
studying so
interesting.
much with alien biospheres. I love it so much.
I have.
Like, we have.
I've been meaning to do my studying, but instead I've been studying for actual classes. So I don't know. Maybe it's important.
I mean, priorities.
I mean, I would say that your actual college classes are far more important.
I mean,
It's debatable.
look, man. If I learned anything after college, it's that anyone could do my job by going to
If they have
DeVry for
Google?
like 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, really, all you have to do is just go
I'm
to
sorry,
Google and
I
YouTube.
know other coders.
Cooters.
Can we please
I
call
almost said
coders
cooters.
cooters now?
God dang it.
Ian,
I
you
feel like
are
we
you
make
are a cooter.
we may get
Thank
flagged
you.
on YouTube for that.
Yeah, I'm worried that that's a little too close to like something like either something sexual or something racist and.
All right, everybody, let's redact that statement.
YouTube.
Oh,
Your
no.
video has been struck for copyright claim.
Copyright.
Copyright?
Someone has copyrighted the phrase.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the
government of
word again, but I
Alabama.
kind of want to say it again now.
I mean, Alabama is claiming this video.
Well, no, some of my friends have been talking. In fact, 30 minutes ago, I got a message in my Discord. We have an SOS channel where people call for help, and the message was only, "God, I love C++." There was nothing else with the message. He's been offline for 40 minutes now.
I can already sense the danger that he's in.
No, I can tell you exactly what happened. He's deep in Google looking to try and figure out if anyone has found out his bug and whether or not like
It's his fault.
oh no, whether or not like there's a solution for the bug.
That's fair.
Because sometimes there's not solutions for your bugs.
Yeah, the solution
That's
for this
so-
bug is just ignore it and hope it goes away.
The solution for this bug?
God, I wish I could do that.
Close your computer, start a new project.
Unity is the worst when it comes to bugs. So like Unity will shut itself down.
It will.
Basically.
I have seen it.
Yeah. Like it will go like, oh, you want to test that? No.
And this is why I'm not a coder.
Oh, it's special. Unity is special.
I
I'm
will
gonna start
say,
campaigning for us to work in Unreal, because there's no actual like you don't have to program. Actually, there's they have a different system.
yeah, isn't it like a what's it called? It's sort of like a flag system, I think, right? Where it's a yes or no.
No. It's
No?
so
Okay, then.
like, here I'll pull up a. I forgot what it's actually called, but since we've done the thing of Google,
The thing of
UE4
Google.
program.
I will say, going back to Primus Star, Megan is still going to be
Blueprints.
designing apparently the races for the game. So she still wants to design races for Primus Star, but that's about it.
Alright, I DM'd you the image. So that's an option when it comes to programming in
It's
Unreal.
loading. Okay. Then.
Oh, it's
okay then. Yeah. I remember that.
That's called blueprinting.
Yeah.
So like it's a whole lot more straightforward. Like you actually do not need to know like how to write in a programming language. In fact, the engine handles a lot of like whether or not this will work or not just naturally.
Yeah.
It's more just understanding what everything does and setting everything up right. And
Yeah, it's more visual than it is.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically what happens is it's a visual representation of, and then like Unreal basically writes the code for you, type of thing.
It's like you're creating a flowchart, and then the
Yeah,
flowchart gets
kinda,
converted
yeah.
into the code.
kind of. That's one way to think about it.
I just remember
here and
messing
there.
with Unreal whenever I was back in college doing 3D modeling.
Unity does have plugins for that, I will admit, but I am a person who campaigns for Unreal. It's a very interesting engine, but it's
Yeah.
also a very heavy duty engine. Like,
You said duty. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that. Honestly, I should probably just download Unreal. Honestly.
Just start making Kingdom Hearts 3. It's in the same engine.
yeah, actually, it is.
Yeah, I dislike that fact. It makes the hair look weird.
Really, you don't like the hair? Out of everything to dislike about Kingdom Hearts 3,
about Kingdom Hearts 3. I have a lot of
That's
opinions
the thing
about
you're
Kingdom
gonna-
Hearts 3.
This
That's
looks
the thing
like
you're
a
gonna nail
good place to
yourself to.
find some ingredients.
Yup. Look, I just wish they had let Goofy say the F word. Would have been
Oh, yeah,
such
'cause
a better game.
Isn't
Yeah.
it teen?
Also, if they had introduced Goofy's son, because we know then canonically
Goofy had
know.
Goofy had fricked.
Goofy
has-
got it.
Goofy had coitus.
Oh boy.
Goofy had successful coitus.
Successful coitus. I'm just picturing like a Dark Souls like prey slaughter.
Successful coitus.
Coitus successful. Oh no.
Like, when you kill a beast in Bloodborne, like there's blood raining down and everything, like that's what happens to
Prey slaughtered. Coitus completed.
coitus successful.
No.
I do know you can make 2D games in Unreal. There's a game called Wonderling
Wonder.
that was yeah, it's basically the whole idea is that you're a little boss's minion. And like you cannot control the character really. Like he auto moves and everything, and it's like a 2D game. It's really cute. It was made by one of the Super Beard Bros.
Of course.
Yeah, that's how I know about it. He wrote for it because like he had this video called "Excellent Games That Don't Exist." Like it was a series he did, and one of them was where you're a boss, basically. Like you are the boss in like a dungeon, and like the only times you get to play is when like a player comes to challenge you, and when you defeat this player, like you go to sleep for like 5,000 years or whatever.
I thought
Yeah,
that
you
game
wake up.
already existed in. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it now.
I mean, a
Oh,
lot of people
shoot.
have like. I mean, this was like years ago. Like this was 5 years ago.
But
Like,
even
I
then,
when I
there
started
are
calling
ideas.
at UTD, yeah, like it's not an
So,
like
I think there was an old game. Yeah, Dungeon Master.
Dungeon
There was
Keeper.
a super old game. Dungeon.
He did-
Oh, that's the one.
yeah, he did like draw references to it, but like there was like enough difference. It was kind of like
Oh
more like
no,
Shadow
I
of the
get you.
Colossus.
I was trying to
Like-
remember if it existed or if it was a fever dream I had.
But yeah, like the aesthetic was more like Shadow of the Colossus, where like you're like locked in here, sealed away by like an ancient civilization type thing. It was cool, but like I think that's what like inspired him to write the story for Wunderling, because it's like Icelandic. It was like made by an Icelandic studio, and like he was contracted to write it.
Hmm.
I haven't played it yet because
Is it on
it's
Steam?
hard to work. I do believe it's on Steam. I know it's on Switch.
Oh, okay then.
I do know that they had like an immediate Switch port.
I might check it out.
It even got featured like in their indie like showcase that they do.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean like you can make 2D game. My point is you can make 2D games in Unreal. Just
Gil.
I think that would melt
Yes.
Nat's brain.
We don't have to worry about Nat for right now. She's focused on other things. But yeah, Gil, as I was saying, Megan still wants to do the races, the primary races, I guess, for Primus Star. However, that does leave all of the, I guess, enemy races.
All of the flora and fauna
Yes.
and other such. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is
And-
exactly what he's into, right?
Yes.
And let me tell you,
I-
that is a lot. We actually already have sort of a big old list of all these enemies.
Of roles they need to be filled, or the concepts that I just need to illustrate them now and make them fit.
Concepts, I guess.
Gotcha.
Let me
Yeah.
actually send them over to you. I want to put them over in the
Thank
Primus
you.
Star chat.
That's
I
why
find
you're
it-
here, actually. Jonathan's just trying to get you to work more.
Oh yeah, of
No,
course.
I 100% understand that. I have not. The only thing I've done is that background, and I feel bad about it. But also,
I mean-
I spent a good while on that background.
You did spend a long time on that background, but it looks fantastic.
Thank God it went through 5 revisions. You only saw 2 of them.
I mean, to be fair, I've
I-
been playing like Animal Crossing, and
Oh yeah, Animal Crossing has been
Oh, well,
taking up
I've
a
been-
lot of time.
I've been playing. I don't
I
have
mean,
a
we must
Switch, but I
please.
have Assassin's Creed 3, and I never played it, so I played
oh, I
that.
hate
It was
Assassin's
all right.
Creed 3 so much.
Yeah, it's not nearly as fun as Brotherhood or 4, which are the only 2 other ones I've played.
You've never played the
Yeah.
first one?
Nope.
The first one's alright. Like
The first one I played was Brotherhood because I was 11.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Or
wait,
no,
so you had
12?
that scene where like they kill the prostitute?
Yeah.
That's great for an 11-year-old.
You know what? Maybe that explains something.
Wait.
I will say no further comment.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Played
But
God of
yeah.
War 2 when I was 12 years old. Yeah, probably not the best games to play as a 12-year. It's fine.
I watched my brother play God of War whenever I was really young. I remember that.
God,
Yeah, but your brother
This-
was older. Like, he was
Yes.
quite a bit older than you, so like...
But
he was
still-
what, like...
I watched him play it.
Okay, I mean... Did you watch him play the whole thing? Or
Oh
did
yes.
you watch, like... Oh,
did you watch
okay.
Did you watch that mini game?
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
the
I watched
circle-
all the
say,
way
"Oh,
through."
yes with it. Oh my god.
I watched.
Yes, I did.
I watched him play all the way through the game.
I just wanted to say that spoilers
say
for
two
the new God of
completion.
War. Technically, Kratos could have more than one son, and where are they? Santa Monica. Or-
Well, if you played the end of God of War, if you got to the end of God of War 3, well, should
I mean,
should we
it
care
does-
about spoilers for God of War 3? It's like it's a 6-year-old
old.
game at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, God of War
so-
2016. Like, I mean, yeah, I know
The Greek world dies.
Oh, okay.
So, if any of so
every
at most
every
Zeus's
mortal died?
children would be like everybody in the Greek world basically died.
Okay, I didn't know
remember,
if that was confirmed.
Unless they
or
were on the
not.
mountaintops.
Oh, that's right. The mountain was like where you beat.
Because there was the flood and the plague and the death and the destruction and the
I will say that's really cool. If you notice, random tangent, in God of War 3, each time you kill one of the gods, like a plague is
their
unleashed.
domain dies. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like you kill Poseidon, the world floods.
The water level rises. You kill Helios, the sun is blocked out by a constant storm. You kill Hera, a plague of all plant life dies, right?
No, that was before you killed Hera.
No, but that kills the rest of the plant life that she has.
Oh, okay.
The
Oh,
plague
that's
was
right.
released when you kill Hermes.
Because
Hermes is the god of medicine and speed and travel.
Hermes is basically like what? don't we
Hermes
have
is
to talk for?
everything.
Yeah, Hermes.
He
is the god of
also
everything.
may or may not be oh shoot. There used to be a name for it. I can't remember Pan. He may or may not be the Greek reimagining of the ancient god Pan that had a weird pre-Greco-Roman cult.
I thought Pan was his son.
It depends on who you're reading.
Yeah,
I thought
actually, that's
pan
right.
is what you used to cook with.
I thought pan is what you use to keep your hair dry. You know, drying pan. That's a Pokemon.
Okay,
reference.
Brock, calm down.
I'm gonna turn
I
this
knew
frying
the
pan
reference.
into a
That was
drying
great
pan.
handwriting.
Pan.
That was great
No.
handwriting.
Speaking of weird stuff about the ancient Greeks, so Hermes, there used to just be statues where it showed his head, and then it was a rectangular cube, and then it just had a phallus sticking out of it. And they were used to mark road signs.
You know what?
It was a
Perfect.
head, a phallus, and a block.
You know, I
The
think
ideal physical form.
this is peak male performance.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry if you disagree, but this is peak male performance.
So I'm gonna go ahead and campaign here and say that Hermes should be the new Zeus. Zeus needs to just take a step down. Hermes is the real MVP.
Hermes
You're gonna have to
even-
talk to Zeus about that. He's not too kind on people overthrowing him.
I mean, yeah, if you played God of War, you kind of see that. Like, I mean, he cast. How many times did he cast Kratos down to hell?
Kratos
Like-
goes to Hades 3 times in the series at least.
I
One
mean,
of which
yeah.
he bangs Hades' wife, if I
Persephone?
remember
that's-
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Well, I
the
mean,
PlayStation Portable God of War game.
I want to
Chains of Olympus?
say, honestly,
Yeah.
I want to say that
Chains of
every
Olympus.
single God of War game, you go down to the hell
Hades, yeah.
part. Yeah, I mean, back then it was Hades, but even in the new God of War, you went down to hell.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
Kratos cannot
Look, it's
escape going to the underworld.
But like in the original games, it was just like an excuse to like reset your power level, like as like, hey, this is why you don't have like all your
It's
health
either that
and
or it
magic.
gives you a very easy way to be like, hey, here's easy enemies to fight.
Yeah.
It's also just an easy aesthetic to pull off.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, the most recent in God of War 2016, it like I had the most reason to be there versus like the
I-
other times.
I enjoyed God of War 2016 very much so. I really enjoyed it.
It was a
except
fantastic
for the
game.
lack of enemy variety,
Yeah,
boss-wise.
it was a whole lot
Boy,
of
howdy,
the
do I
same
love
enemy.
my multicolored trolls.
I mean, they focus more. I think they just focus more on the story than the boss fights.
Which I was fine.
Oh, I perfectly
I was fine
understand
with.
that, but I just wish there was. When you go all the way through Helheim, spoilers for God of War 2016. When you go all the way through Helheim, and then it's like, oh yes, the Gate Guardian. You have to defeat this great beast. Oh, it's another fucking troll.
I mean, another
Oh,
thing in
sorry. I apologize for the curse.
in Norse mythology is like the trolls were just like the guardians. I mean, you do have.
It's
I mean,
just
to
that
be
there
fair,
are so many. It's just
you
that
do
there are
also
so
have
many.
the mini thunder gods.
Yeah, all of
The Thunder
Thor's
Brats.
children, both of Thor's children.
The
Yeah.
possibly pedophilic person. He was creepy. He was creepy towards Atreus.
I don't think it was pedophilic.
It was just weird. I was getting
Oh, no, it was weird,
vibes from it.
Wait a second, who are we talking about? What character is this?
Modi.
Yeah, Magni and Modi. I think it's Magni.
I think you were talking about Mag. It's Magni because Modi gets murked by Kratos.
Yeah,
And then
but, like,
Magni captures little baby God of War.
well, no.
And it's
So
like,
there's this.
you're gonna be my new brother.
No, wait. There's a scene. I guess you missed it. Like, there's a moment right before you fight them where they're talking about like who they're gonna fight, because they know that Kratos has a son. Like, they know a lot. And they're like,
I may
okay,
have just
well,
forgotten this dialogue.
it's while you're climbing the wall, I think. And
Most of the time I didn't pay attention to those, if I'm being honest.
Magni and Modi are talking, and Modi goes, "All right, I'll take the big one." And Magni goes, like, it's basically like, "Oh boy, I get the kid," and it's like, what? And literally, his brother goes, "What is wrong with you?" Which is why I was like, okay, this is possibly like pedophilic.
Maybe he
anymore,
just likes to,
I mean,
harm
it could be that he
children.
just wants to kill kids,
Maybe he just likes to snap young bones instead.
as they call it.
Young bones, they snap pretty good.
They're a bit more flexible, so you got to put more effort into it.
Oh boy,
It's a really good workout.
They don't have the nice crisp crack of the old men.
Evil Pig does not condone snapping the bones of young children.
please do not.
But we do support cracking the bones of older children.
No, we don't do that either.
Die for capitalism. No. Die for capitalism.
Oh man.
I did love the Brock and Sindri parts, and then he was like,
Yeah.
"Why?" The little line Atreus has where like, "Why is he blue and you're not?" And he's just like, "It doesn't matter." And I'm just like, "Nice." Oh,
Guys, I just went to our local
The bathroom?
shopping center. No. Our local shopping center here in Texas, HEB, and outside they were making everyone. Of course, this is fantastic. I loved it. They were making everyone wash their hands with hand sanitizer, and they're cleaning all the carts. And I'm just like, yes, this is pandemic time.
I mean, yeah, we were having that.
so
in
not
Lubbock
the
here.
tone you should have for it, but I agree with the sentiment.
I'm just glad that people are actually taking it seriously.
So like here in Lubbock, like you can't. So like I went to Home Depot to pick up something, some like like cinder block looking things, and they were like more like bricks. Anyway, and you can only have as per like Lubbock County ruling or whatever, they were like you can only have 50 people. I mean, it was part of the CDC compliance. Like, don't get me wrong, but like
Yeah.
they were like you can only have 50 people in Home Depot, and they had like a long line. I had to wait to get like we ordered online for this stuff, and I still had to like to go in and get it. And they had they closed at 6. That's another thing, is that stores have shorter hours.
Yeah.
And so like there was still like a long line at like 5:50 when I left.
Yeah, and people who are out there actually working the grocery stores and doing all of that, thank you so much. Please stay safe. Please.
Shout out to the janitors.
Shout out to basically everyone who's working during this quarantine. I mean,
So like my
Oh.
my friend works at a bank, and I keep joking with him whenever he like goes like, "Oh yeah, no, I work. I have to go to work tomorrow." I'm like, I do the I'm essential instead of the I'm in danger. Because like he's not even a main part of the bank is the weird thing. I don't know. I forget what he does, but like I know he's not like a banker like or like an accountant, like a higher up at a bank.
is he a teller?
Turns out all he does
might
is
be a
get
teller.
coffee.
No, he definitely
He's the intern
definitely
that
has
gets
a lot-
coffee.
He's coffee boy.
Yeah, he's coffee boy. I definitely know he has a lot of responsibility to his job.
Okay. So he
Because
might
he
be
has
more
to
than
like
a
balance
teller.
the books and stuff. But like, he's also like been there a while, so like I could see why he would like if they needed someone to like fill his position, right? Like limited
It'd be a
staff.
hassle.
Yeah, like they were like, well, we need you because you've been here the longest.
Yeah, fair.
That's kind of like the mentality a lot of people have. Like the
some
local
of the-
Whataburger, like if you do an online order, you can't drive through to pick it up anymore. You have to like park to like they have like 3 different like parking places dedicated to like online order pickup. And like just some lady standing outside will come over and be like, "Hey, what are you here for?" I'm
How
here for
dare
I
it.
did
you
that
park
when
in
I
my
went to
parking
go-
lot?
I went to order through the drive-thru, and then some manager lady walks out. The only reason I knew she was unemployed is because she had a badge and she was carrying like one of the iPads they use for order.
Yeah.
And she actually just like walks up, taps on my window, and is like, "Howdy, sir. What can I get for you?" And I'm just like, "This is different."
Yeah, this is new. Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, GameStop.
Some of the things that I've heard from my parents from the ER they work at. Oh my goodness. People don't know how to read signs.
I
A
mean,
lot
yeah.
of ERs have the sign. If you believe you are being affected by coronavirus, or however they say it, they say go to the back entrance, knock, and we'll let you in. That way we don't risk you infecting other people. This guy walks up, wheels someone through the front door, and is like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure they have coronavirus." And then they're just like, "Did you look at the door?"
Yeah, it's
Pretty sure
people
this person
are.
has coronavirus. Thank you for infecting all of us then.
I mean, it's like Rand Paul,
Ugh.
right? Like he was in the middle of getting tested because like it takes a while to like be like get a return on whether or not you're positive for corona.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
it
he
takes-
went and swam in the like White House pool,
Bruh.
and like then later
Sorry, that's the
tested
only response I
positive.
can have to that. Just bruh.
Yeah, like
Then he also
and
ate
then
from
what's-
the cabinet of candy that they have in the Senate.
oh really?
Oh.
And what's worse is he's a doctor.
I don't remember who it was. It was some NBA guy, and they were talking about the coronavirus, and then he jokingly like touched all of the microphones
And then contracted
because
it.
he was like, "Oh, it'll be fine," blah blah blah. And he touched all of them, and then 2 days later he tested positive, and I was just like, why?
I think part of it is people just think it's a cold, like it's cold-esque.
Yeah, no, people are not taking it seriously. Coronavirus, it's messing with your lungs. Like it
Yeah,
could stop you breathing.
It also can permanently get rid of your ability to taste or smell, even if you survive it. So, take it
Oh
seriously.
really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, no, coronavirus
It's also
is a serious
mutating
thing.
to affect more and more young people.
Yeah, I did see that. Like someone in California finally died of it.
All of the people who are saying, "Oh, whatever, it's just going to kill all those rich people." It's like, yeah, but those rich people are grandparents and parents. Have empathy.
Yes.
There were some people. I went off on somebody. Oh, I didn't go off on them. You know how you have one of those things where you have the argument you would have had with the person while you're alone in your
Like
car?
the-
Yes, I
argument.
know
Yep,
that.
that's exactly
yeah.
what I did afterwards. I won it so great. It was fantastic.
Anyway, welcome to the Evil Pig podcast where we talk about global pandemics.
Welcome to the
I'm
Evil
your
Pig
host.
podcast. I swear we talk about games.
Total Biscuit rises from the grave and strangles us both.
Honestly,
I would be
as long
happy.
as- I would have finally gotten to meet him. I was so sad I was never able to. His
Yeah,
Terraria
it's a-
series with Jesse Cox is
Ooh,
probably the biggest influence I have on my sense of humor.
that was a vibration if I ever felt it.
Yeah, that was my alarm.
Oh, to tell you what, that we need to shut up.
that we are gonna be stopping here pretty soon.
Do we have a time limit? I didn't realize that.
I mean, it's not really. It's a rough time limit.
Oh,
It's so we don't go for 3 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. I know
We
going.
covered
Cowards.
the topics we really needed to, though. Correct?
Oh, yeah, I would say so. I mean, even the ones that we didn't really need to.
Well, that
anyway,
you never have to worry about.
so this is going to be Ian saying, those of you in lockdown, watch One Piece. There's a guy who literally runs around in a bikini, spandex, like that's it. And in a Hawaiian shirt, and star tattoos on his arms.
And he's a cyborg, so he's invincible from the front, but because he couldn't work on his back is his weak point.
And he can become a backward centaur.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Never
I-
forget about backward centaur, Frankie.
He can
Oh
press
my
the button
God.
on his nose to change his hairstyle.
That's late.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, and he's powered by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola sponsor One Piece.
No,
Oh, and
we do
Oh my
not
God, I always
sponsor one.
forget that.
We don't sponsor Coca-Cola though on here.
do we just need to start doing ad reads for things that we aren't sponsored by?
No, please.
Could be an ad.
Uh,
Hashtag not an ad. Hashtag could be an ad. I stole that from Super Beard Bros.
But speaking
will-
of ad reads, if you are wanting to support Evil Pig Productions and our video game development, which, like I said, we are going to be working on Hellion working title. We're also working on the second edition for Prima Star, and Feline Frontier is still there. It's just
Taking
in
a
the
break.
background. Yeah, it's taking a little break right now. I don't know if we'll still be releasing it in 2022. We might still be able to make that goal, but we'll see. Right now, we're more focused on releasing the smaller games. But if you want to support us while we're releasing the smaller games, then there is on Twitch or just at DonorBox, there is Feed the Pig campaign. You can donate there. That will go directly to the Evil Pig Fund. You can also go on to Patreon, donate at Evil Pig. Team, I believe, is our Patreon. And if you didn't want to do anything with the Patreon or anything like that, then there's always liking, subscribing, and following us on social media like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. On Twitter, we're at Evil Pig Team. And also, for Patreon, it is $1 per month, gets you access to everything. What were you about to say,
What's her name on
Ian?
Twitch? Is it twitch.tv/evilpigproductions or?
It's Evil Pig Productions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, follow us at Twitch at twitch.tv // Evil Pig Productions. You have to add the us. You have to add the us.
Thank you.
You're gonna
Thank
you
find
know,
it.
somebody would actually do that, and they're going to be confused.
Don't add the us.
There you go.
don't add.
Redact the us.
Yeah. Even that one that I just said.
Uh,
New drinking game. Take a shot every time Ian goes
Alright, on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it here. I have been Jonathan Moore, the lead designer.
I'm Bahamut, ancient evil from the underworld.
oh my God. And I've been Gil. I draw.
Fantastic.
Bahamut also programs.
Apparently,
It goes by the
we had Bahamut in our whole podcast this entire
Turns out
time.
we didn't do our introductions until the end.
I mean, we did our introductions at the beginning. Only Ian said that he was a pterodactyl, and
I am an amorphous being. I can turn into anything I want.
so he began this stream as a pterodactyl, but now he has morphed into Bahamut.
And now I'm a pickle. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
God damn.
On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time. See ya.